Hello everybody, welcome to Selva Azteca part 14, and in this video we will continue on from what I did last time the series was on my channel, because of course part 13 was on Theme Park LB's channel. So in part 12 I made a pretty decent start on this dark ride, and yeah, now part 14 I'm going to finish it off because I did leave some parts of it empty, and yeah, I'm going to come back to theme that in this episode. And also we will be moving on to start a new area. We've been in this Tenochtitlan area for quite a while now. We've built a few rides. We built the dark ride, and then obviously the wooden coaster, which was mainly Theme Park LB. He did most of that. So yeah, we have been in this area for quite a while, for at least the past 4 episodes I think. So yeah, it's quite nice to move on, and we'll go into more of a dense jungle area later on. And yeah, we're going to build a launch coaster, a Mack launch coaster, and that's what you will see towards the end of this video. And of course I'm not too great at building coasters, but Theme Park LB is really good, and if you've not been watching his channel lately you really should do, because recently he's uploaded a really smooth Mack launch coaster video, and that's just unbelievable really. It's amazing that you can do that in this game, and he's just shown that it's possible. So yeah, I hope that he can bring that into Selva Azteca and make a brilliant Mack launch coaster for this as well. But yeah, this dark ride, I have rushed it a bit. I think I could have put a bit more time into it, but it got the better of me. I've had quite a few issues with this ride. It seems to be really glitchy. There was one time where the cars were drifting across parts that weren't even in the track. Like they jumped from one bit of track to another without actually following the track, and I'm just so confused with how that's happened. They were also stacking together in the station, and there's about 5 of them all sat on top of each other, all the cars. So yeah, I think one thing that might have caused a problem was the fact that I overlapped the track. These motion-based dark rides in real life, the track does overlap. They go over the same spot twice. Like they go into a little area for a little onboard show, and then they exit out backwards, so they've overlapped the same piece of track twice. And yeah, I was having that in this, and I had a bit towards the start where there's a cobra that the ride then circles around, but I think I did have to take that out because it just seemed to cause it too many problems. I think it confused the game, so sometimes it went past it, sometimes it went around it the wrong way, and yeah, the rotation on this ride's really difficult to control. So I think the POV might be a bit strange, but I just wanted to get it to a satisfactory level, so it's like decent, even though it could have been so much better. But you know, it is what it is. I can't really do too much more to it, so I'm a bit disappointed about that. But as you'll know, Theme Park LB is also very eager to get onto the next area, so yeah, that's just what we wanted to do. And right now on your screen you can just see me lighting up the area. A couple of episodes back I did this for the whole park, but recently we've not been lighting this up, so because it's a jungle area, I've brushed over this before, because it's a jungle climate, then the park would be open quite late because the weather doesn't really get too cold at night. So yeah, for that reason we do need to have good lighting in this park, because it will be open till late at night probably. And yeah, now I'm doing the dark ride as well. Obviously it's a dark ride, so I want it to be like it's lit up instead of the daylight lighting it up. Another reason for that is because at day sometimes it reveals a bit more that you don't want to see. Like you can see some odd walls that won't look the nicest, so you want to sort of hide them up with low light levels, and yeah, I guess that helps in that way. Now we're just putting the roof over this dark ride, so we're saying goodbye to it for now. I don't think we'll come back to this. I think I could have done a better job with it, but then again, I've never been good at building dark rides, so I think I'm just gonna have to take it for what it is. And yeah, but I do think this area is quite nice. I think it's immersive. Like there's a huge show building here, as you can see, and inside this show building we've got quite a lot of things. We've got the dark ride, obviously. We've also got a little gift shop for both rides, so the exit goes into the same gift shop. I mean, that was quite difficult for me to make, so I've done that off camera, but you know, there's just a couple of little stalls and stuff in there, so there's not too much going on in there, but it's a nice little touch. And then obviously there's the queue for this wooden roller coaster, so that's there as well. There's a pre-show which Theme Park LB made, and that's really good. It's got like commentary. It's very similar to the Wicker Man pre-show. It's sort of a spoof from that almost, so it's very similar. But yeah, and that's pretty much all that's in that show building, but it is quite a lot. And now the ride name, the name for the dark ride is El Templo de Fuego, which in Spanish means the Temple of Fire. I believe this is a show at Port Aventura, and yeah, Theme Park LB told me about this name, said he thought it was quite cool, and I do as well. So we've just made some custom lettering to make that, so the name goes across this temple, which is of course the facade for it. And I'm not too sure about how I feel about the wood, the L and D being made out of wood. I might go back and change that later on, I'm not sure. But yeah, now we're on to the big new thing, and I think this could potentially be the biggest project of the park so far, a multi-launch Mack coaster, and yeah, I'm quite excited for this. Obviously I'm not very good at building coasters so far. Theme Park LB has made them all, so yeah, I don't really properly do this roller coaster now, and I'm expecting that Theme Park LB will make it smooth and everything next episode, but I do make a rough layout that I think would be realistic for it to be, and I don't spend too much time doing that, just sort of a rough idea so that he can almost retrace that but make it smooth when he does. So yeah, I think I can see this area being quite nice. Obviously it's still sort of continuing the Tenochtitlan area, but I've had a good storyline for it, so it's like the people who live in the town, people who live in the city, they go out, they just go on an expedition, and the ride would be called Expedition with a C instead of a T, similar to Eruption because that's an English word, and then it's been slightly changed into Spanish, and that will be the same for this because this is like a Mexican theme park, so everything's going to be in Spanish, all the names and everything, and yeah, you can see that going around at the park, different names, they're mostly in Spanish. And yeah, now I had a little idea for this queue. I don't really get any detailing done in this episode, but I thought it would be cool to have it like a little walled garden or something. So this was almost inspired from Icon's queue line. Icon, of course, that's a Mack coaster as well, and straight from the entrance you go down like a winding path straight into the station, and that's got like some nice shrubbery and stuff either side. So when I went to Blackpool Pleasure Beach, the queue was straight into the station, so we didn't really spend much time at that part of the queue, we just walked straight into the station. But yeah, I don't know, I'm just keeping stuff open for what I want to do in the future, but from now on in this video we don't get any detailing done at all. You saw a little boat ride going in there, almost like an Amazon river cruise going through a little river, and then this launch coaster will come out of the station, and yeah, it will then interact with this river. You can also see that I'm making the ride with quite large track pieces. Normally if you want to make smooth and realistic coasters, you'll use the 4-meter method, and that's making like very, very small pieces of track so that you can get the shaping right, and then once you got the shaping right you go over and smooth it a lot, but because I didn't want to waste too much time doing this, because I knew that Theme Park LB can do it so much better than me anyway, so I didn't think it was worth putting too much effort into it. So I just made a couple of little areas where I thought the track would be quite cool. So I had an idea of having 2 launch tracks that go alongside each other, and you do see that on quite a few multi-launch coasters. Taron at Fantasyland does have 2 launch tracks that are next to each other, and Icon does as well. One goes one way, and then after doing the turnaround section it comes back and does the a launch parallel to the other one. Just like the other coasters in this park, I wanted them to be realistic. I wanted them to be, you know, you can imagine having them at real life theme parks. So yeah, that was what I was trying to do. I was trying to make this as realistic as possible, even though I knew it wouldn't be smooth from my effort. But in the next video, Theme Park LB on his channel can turn this into a decent ride. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.